Part 2, the continuation. Detective Harris sat in his dimly lit office, the file spread open before him. The name Clara Jennings stared back from every page, the last known witness to a crime that had shaken the small town of Brighton years ago. She had vanished without a trace, and for decades her story had been buried under dust and silence. But now, a new tip had surfaced. It was an anonymous letter, slipped under the precinct's front door late at night. The letter was short, written in shaky handwriting. She knew too much. The truth lies beneath the old railway bridge. Harris couldn't ignore it. He grabbed his coat, his flashlight, and set out into the cold night. The railway bridge stood like a skeleton in the darkness, its rusted steel beams creaking in the wind. Beneath it, the ground was wet, muddy, and overgrown with weeds. Harris swept his flashlight slowly, every shadow dancing like a ghost. Then he saw it, a small, rusted locket, half buried in the dirt. Inside was a faded photograph of Clara Jennings. His heart raced. This wasn't just evidence. This was a message. Someone wanted him to find it. The next morning, Harris dug deeper into Clara's past. She had been a young secretary at the Brighton courthouse, rumored to have overheard a conversation she was never supposed to hear. The conversation linked a powerful businessman, Edward Mallory, to a string of disappearances. Witnesses had described Mallory as untouchable, wealthy, influential, with connections that ran deep into law enforcement. But Clara had written everything down in her diary, a diary that had never been found. As Harris followed the trail, strange things began to happen. His car brakes failed one night on the highway. His apartment was broken into, though nothing was stolen, and an unknown number kept calling his phone, never speaking, only breathing on the other end. Someone didn't want the truth coming out. Harris's investigation led him to Clara's old house, abandoned for years. Inside, the walls were peeling, furniture covered in dust. But in the attic, hidden beneath loose floorboards, he found a small wooden box. Inside the box was a journal, Clara's handwriting. The last entry read, "If they find me, it's because of what I know about Mallory. He isn't just covering crimes, he's running them." But before Harris could take the journal back to the station, a shadow appeared in the doorway. A man in a dark coat, face hidden under a hat. "You should have left this alone," the man said, voice cold. Harris gripped the journal tighter. "Who are you?" The man stepped forward into the dim light. It was Mallory's son. The tension cracked like thunder. Harris realized Clara hadn't just vanished. She had been silenced. And the Mallory family had kept the town under fear for decades. But now, with the journal in his hands, Harris had the one thing Clara never lived long enough to share: the truth. As sirens wailed in the distance, closing in, Harris knew this case was far from over. The Mallory empire was about to crumble, and Clara Jennings would finally have justice.